All right, man. Torture talk. We back, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. That sounds so generic, right? Sounds so generic. Hey, this is Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe. Like, y'all know I don't get down like that, man. I give y'all me. So, today's episode, look at them. Look at that. They dirty as hell, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to shine them up a little quick. Let me see if I can do something about that. It's a little better. That's a little better. All right, so look, man, today's episode, Joe Budden is making a lot of noise lately, man. I got a couple episodes about Joe. Joe Budden speaks on Kendrick Lamar. Ooh. Joe Budden podcast spoke on Kendrick Lamar, and they spoke on him in the Grammys, and I have a lot to say about this. So we're going to check in with this. Before we get to that, legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your scripture today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. Don't sell no merch. Do have content. Absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is right on the screen. Cash App. No more PayPal. Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers. Over 19,000. Call me the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you are from. Also, October 26th, there will be a battle rap event live on this page. All you have to do is click the video, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, PM Eastern Standard Time. Go subscribe to Torture Talk After Hours. Let's get it, man. We in here. You already know what it is. The king is back, baby. Shout out to the commenter, the person who commented said they love me. I love you too, baby. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I love you too. Hope you and yours is great. You know what I'm saying? I get a little shy. I don't know what to say sometimes. So let's get it. Shout out to Jalopy. This comes from Jalopy. You already know what it is. I know he got some things to say, and I got some things to say. Let's get it.
Points that they make that I want to get to. But the main point I want to talk about is what Joe Budden said that was clearly intentional. What the intentions are, we'll break down as we watch the video. I've only seen the Joe Budden part. I haven't seen the rest of this clip. So we are watching this together. Let's get it.
The album is going to get shunned.
Which is unfortunate.
Which is very unfortunate.
What you mean shunned? It ain't going to get a nomination?
I think it's a better album than GNX. I think it's a better album than...
I think that's...
Wait. So... I know they're not talking about the Clips album, because I wouldn't be laughing. I know they're not talking about the Clips album, because I can understand if someone says, I think it's better than this. For some reason, let me guess, and I did not watch this video. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I just want to let y'all know. I was honest about the other one, but this one I didn't watch. Let me guess. They're talking about either Jid's album or who else came out with an album this year that people, what's his name? Not Childish Gambino, Chance. They're either talking about Jid or Chance. One or the other. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see.
Wrong. That's just my personal opinion. I think that's wrong. I think GNX is better than Starline. And I think it's clearly...
There you go. I told you. I knew it. I told you. And let me guess who's saying this. Amani. I can almost guess he was the one that said that. I can almost guess. Because I think he was one of the people that really didn't like GNX like that. I think he thinks GNX is overhyped. That's how I feel. I believe that's Amani.
Better than Starline. I think Starline is dope, and Starline has a bunch of dope stuff in it, great music. But there are a lot of lows, in my personal opinion, which GNX doesn't really have many lows. I think you can argue that GNX, the title track, is a low, but overall, GNX doesn't really have lows, and it has incredible highs. Like, none of the songs that have come out in the last, I don't know how long, can hang with Reincarnated. That's just my opinion.
Clips album.
But wait, what's Shun though? If it's nominated,
He's saying he don't think it's going to
I
get
think
nominated.
I think it should. I think from what I'm hearing so far, I think it's a better album than all. Don't get me wrong. All the other things that go into those albums make those albums important. But if you're talking about just music and
Chance
just
got the album of the year.
all that Chance albums,
You done said
is
that about 9 albums.
I love Chance.
Yeah, because the new album comes out.
All his people.
Yeah, I love.
All right, so let me be clear, because I think some of you niggas be bumping y'all goddamn head. Let me be clear, right? I think Chance album is a B plus. I'll be honest with y'all. I listened to it twice, never went back to it. Because something to you sounds sonically good, because let's be clear here, man. Let's be clear here. Let's be clear. The only reason why you saying it's better than GNX, in my opinion, is because GNX is so popular. And you want to find an alternative. Most of y'all niggas do that. Let's just be clear. I ain't going to sit here and cap. Most of y'all want an alternative to something. First, y'all was saying Joey Badass was going to have a better album than Kendrick. Now you're saying that this album is better than GNX. The impact alone GNX had. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of y'all say this because the attention Kendrick is getting. A lot of y'all want to take it away, but let's keep it going because I got a lot to say, man.
Where this is going, because I think Starline is getting more and more press. It's getting more love, and I love that for Chance the Rapper. Considering Chance the Rapper, I think Chance the Rapper is one of the dopest out. But I don't think Starline's better than Let God Sort Him Out, and I don't think it's better than GNX. Absolutely not.
Nah, yo.
Well, you change your album of the year quickly. Or we've been blessed enough
No, we've been blessed
to get
to have
that much great music this
Because
year.
GNX was it for me all the way up until Clips
When
came
did
out.
GNX come out, y'all?
Last year.
Like was it November?
It was like
No.
November 2024.
It wasn't that
Maybe
early.
October.
Yes, it was. Because I thought it was closer to Super Bowl time. No.
Nah, it definitely was November. And it was definitely November. But you see how this what I be thinking too sometimes. A lot of y'all switch up your albums. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, my 2 albums of Maxi, I would say 3 albums to me. Well, 4, I would say 4. Yeah. So let's just say I have 4 albums that I think that could win album of the year, and ain't no 4 albums better than these 4 albums. Either one of these albums win, I'm satisfied. That's The Weeknd's album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, GNX, Chromacopia, and Let God Sort Them Out. I don't think there's no other album better than this. Those 4 right there to me. You know what I'm saying? For you to put, I think that JID album is better than Chance the Rapper's album. If you put in JID, Chance the Rapper in there, why not put JID in there? So it would be those 5, right? But I wouldn't even put Chance the Rapper album in there out of those 5. I wouldn't. But still, if I had to choose 5, Chance the Rapper wouldn't be in there. I'm just being honest. It sounds good. Okay. That's it. Did it do anything for me? No. You got some songs on there? Cool. They're all right. But for me, am I invested? No. And on top of that, you got to understand that moments matter in this climate. If you coming out with a great album, that's cool. If people say, "Oh, well, he has the album of the year," you have to factor in other things too. You have to. You have to. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be, if that's the case, then I can name 20 albums better than this album.
GNX came out in November, my boy. I think November 22nd. GNX came out November 22nd. It wasn't near the Super Bowl. I mean, that is near the Super Bowl, but yeah.
No,
GNX came out before
No, it was the
New Year's.
previous year. It was in 2024.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but closer to
So
Super Bowl.
GNX was my choice until the Clips, and then now with Chance, it's like, I mean, I don't think anything else.
November 22nd.
I think the Clips is going to win it, but I think because they got the narrative and the momentum, but I think Chance should win it. I think the Clips should.
Come on, bro. Yo, y'all, listen, bro. Hey, man, this is y'all have y'all opinion, bro. But bouncing from joint to joint to joint like that, bro, I'm sorry, bro. Maybe because GNX came out in 2024 last year, and it's almost a year old. Maybe that's the reason why. Because Chance came out not too long ago, maybe about a month or two ago, right? So if that's the case, if you're jumping, they call them front runners. If you're a front runner, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, me personally, if you're asking me, come on, bro. Come on. Squabble up. Come on, bro. Whacked out murals. Come on, bro. Like, you could try to say musically, all right, listen, I gave you an album. What's it? The Kanye and Kid Cudi, Kid See Ghost or whatever it's called. They gave that album a class. That's a classic to people, right? But that's one of those albums to me that it's a good album, right? It's a good album, but it's never going to be ahead of Damn or whatever album came out that year, in my opinion. Whatever album came out that year, that album is classic. If people say that, I would say it's a good album. But I think a lot of times we put these albums so far ahead of these other albums because we feel like, oh, it's so musically better. It's just so good. And it's like, but then you say To Pimp a Butterfly is not a classic. Like, come on, bro. Y'all, to me, y'all pick and choose because it's someone who's constantly winning and y'all can't stand it. That's what I believe.
I think Kendrick will.
I think GNX.
Now this is where it starts to get weird. Okay, it's okay to say I think Clips is gonna win it, but I think Clips should win it, but I think Kendrick is gonna win it. I'm fine with that. Nobody's mad at that. Nobody's mad that you think another album is more deserving than GNX, especially an album like Let God Sort 'Em Out. I think if any album beats GNX, it should be Let God Sort 'Em Out. I think that is just blatantly, you see what I'm saying? But this is where it gets fishy.
I don't think Kendrick's going to win.
Based on impact and how much I actually really listen to it, I probably would put GNX first. But it's a dogfight. I want to be clear.
Album.
Listen, bro. It ain't no way in the world you gonna tell me because you listen to an album once or twice that you believe that album should be album of the year when you've been listening to an album for a year. You've been listening to Kendrick album for a whole year. We didn't even get a chance to listen to Chance album for 6 months yet. But yet and still, you didn't even listen to for 6 months yet. You still listening to GNX. Like, come on, bro.
Kendrick got to move. Kendrick got to get to the back of the line and share the stage. We already gave you
about that album.
9 versions of every award.
That's why I don't think.
Now, this is my thing. What Joe Budden saying this is shocking. Mr. Hip Hop himself. Mr. Hip Hop is a competition. This is shocking. Okay? Because it doesn't align with the things he says outside of this. Mr. Hip Hop is a competition. It's a competitive sport, all this different stuff. It shouldn't matter how many awards Kendrick Lamar gets. If you earned them, you earned them. GNX is clearly extremely critically acclaimed, cultural impact, commercial success is just the cherry on top. It's got everything that you possibly need. It's got the reincarnation.
Now, before he finish, I'm gonna let him finish. I'm gonna run him back a little, just so y'all know. I'm gonna run him back a little bit. All right, so y'all know I want him to finish what he's saying. Joe always been a flip-flopper when it comes to certain things. You have to understand, Joe does things, and I'm not gonna say he does things on purpose. Sometimes he does, but I definitely think that it's really not Joe's tone that I'm really worried. It's more Amani's tone. I think Amani can't stand the fact that Kendrick Lamar is where he's at. I really believe what he's saying. I hear him in the background. He's saying, "Oh, y'all really be hyping that album up." Like, so it's not that the fact that you believe Chance the Rapper album is better than Kendrick album. You're mad that people like Kendrick album, or you feel some type of way, because I would never say something like that. Maybe I'm different, but I would never say, well, I mean, the thing is, y'all really be hyping this Chance Rapper album up, bro. Y'all really be, I wouldn't do that. I would just say, just like Park said, I don't even think it's a dogfight. I don't think this is even close. I think people want it to be close, and I think people want Kendrick to lose because he wins so much. But the irony in this is so crazy because y'all are champions of Drake having the most number ones. No one says, hey, Drake has to go to the fucking back. Nobody says that. When Drake's winning, everybody's great. Remember that? Oh, guess what? When Drake's on top, everything's lit. It's crazy. So let me get this right. You okay with Drake being number one and winning all of these number one Billboard hits? Everybody loves that. But when Kendrick Lamar gets awards, oh no, Kendrick need to get to the back. He need to wait. He need to wait. He can't win no more. Which one is it? You got Drake with the number ones and Kendrick with the accolades. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm sorry. That's how it is right now. Kendrick is the accolade guy and Drake's the number guy, remember? So now you want the accolade guy to lose even though he's making the better material than everybody. Come on, bro.
Cultural impact. Commercial success is just the cherry on top. It's got everything that you possibly need. It's got the reincarnateds of the world, which is still hip hop at its core. Remixing Made Niggas by Tupac and taking it to another level with the storytelling and the songwriting to a level we haven't really seen much in mainstream hip hop, especially recently. Reincarnated was like a that was different, bro. At that level, y'all, bro, let me remind y'all, Reincarnated was in the top 10 on Billboard. Do you understand that? Reincarnated, the song about past life regression. The song about using hypnosis to trigger memories from past lives. That song. And the fact that he wrote it all the way back to having a conversation with God.
You gonna get it?
We're not being honest about Kendrick's album, man.
I'm being.
I never liked
we talking over each other. We talking over each other.
So it's Chance.
Can I just say?
Kendrick is and has been Chance. I'm not gonna say.
I ain't hear you say Kendrick's a
Grammy darling.
He is.
So time out.
Wow, bro, that is wild, bro. So Jay-Z must be a Grammy darling then. And I guarantee he would never say that. Maybe he said that. let me backpedal. Maybe he said that. But for you to say that Kendrick's a Grammy darling is insane, bro. It's insane. it's kind of like you're saying Kendrick's a Grammy darling, kind of like, well, he really don't deserve these awards. He's the guy that they just pick. That's what it sounded like to me.
How did y'all already know? This is what I'm talking about I can't wait to put this video out. How is it that this statement has become normalized within the last year to the point where Joe Budden and his guys are saying it simultaneously? Before Joe Budden even finished the sentence, he knew exactly what he was going to say, and then somebody else agreed. When did we come to the conclusion that Kendrick Lamar was a Grammy darling? This is how propaganda works. And I can't wait to drop that video for y'all and break it down, because you're going to be able to see what all of these guys are doing. It's clear as day to see when you understand how propaganda works, okay?
This is what I told y'all before. I swear I said this before, and I keep saying it. Hip-hop media is terrible for hip-hop because they don't champion it the way it should be championed, or at least how I believe it should be championed. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's what it is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
All of a sudden, Grammy darling is becoming every day. They're working to make Grammy darling an everyday concept when you speak on Kendrick Lamar and his rewards. In what world would favoring Kendrick Lamar give the industry, or give in general, in comparison to a Drake or to a whatever? In what world? Based on everything that we choose to believe as the culture, right? Including Joe Budden and everybody sitting there. The way people talk about the black representation, all the different stuff. In your mind, in your world, why would Kendrick be a Grammy darling? I'm just wondering.
I'll take it a step further. Why would that even be a problem? If Kendrick Lamar is the one that's carrying the torch, right? And he's making the best material, right? If you saying that you believe that Chance the Rapper made a better album than Kendrick, I disagree. I do. I disagree. If that's how you feel, fine. But you have to me, you have to do more than just think that. It has to be a bunch of reasons why. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a bunch of reasons why. Because leave it up to y'all, you'll pull some dude from 8th Street, Town Square, who just made an album with nothing on it, and it's a good album. And you would say, this is the greatest album of the year. This is the best album of the year. That's how I feel. For me, it's more to it. You know why people say Muhammad Ali is the greatest fighter of all time? The reason why, in him versus Floyd, let's say Floyd and him, they're obviously are two different weight classes, right? Obviously. But Floyd Mayweather, people say, is the greatest. Ali's the greatest. You know why people say Ali's the greatest? It's because what Ali has done outside of boxing. That's why. Even though he has, I believe, 5 losses, they say he's the best because what he done outside of boxing. I take the same approach when it comes to albums, right? Chance the Rapper, to you, he might have the best album, but what has he done? You know what I'm saying? What has he done since then? Besides make a album that you want to compete with GNX because you want to find something. If you said Let God Sort Him Up is better, cool. But you want to find a reason to say something is better than GNX because you're upset that Kendrick is winning so much. You can't stand it. But it's crazy how y'all big up Drake for winning so much. This is what we be talking about when it comes to certain type of privileges people have when it comes to even in hip hop. You point the finger at some people and you champion them, but the other guy, you can't champion him. You just can't do it. The guy that did it the right way, oh, no. You can't do that.
Somebody got to explain this to me. Why Kendrick out of everybody? Why not Drake, the industry plant? Kendrick has beaten him multiple. Bro, when are y'all going to accept it's the art? It's the art being created. The art cannot be denied.
But he earns it, though. It ain't like he's just whatever.
What you about to say about his album?
I don't think it aged as well as people would like to think it did. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I like it.
Listen to
Yo, this is blatant hate, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Yo, for you to say, actively you're saying that it's not, and you're talking about the album right now. For you to say you don't believe the album aged is what, bro, the boy, he went on a world tour. This is what I mean. Like, yo, it gets me so frustrated because hip hop media is terrible for hip hop. I'm sorry. It's terrible. It's terrible for hip hop. He went on a world tour. He's actively still on a world tour. He did all of those songs at the Super Bowl. Bro, he did Man at the Garden at the Super Bowl, bro. He doing all of these songs. You said you don't believe it aged well. Luther broke records. Luther broke records. This guy, bro, a lot of y'all, I'm telling you, I hate to say this. I don't even think it's fully this. But a lot of y'all sound like y'all trying to push an agenda for someone. This is crazy for you to say that the album, you don't think it aged well as people think it did. What the hell are you talking about? Yo, this is crazy as hell.
That album. It's my least favorite of his albums.
It's my second favorite.
GNX in my top. Look, GNX in my top two. Top two. Nigga.
Even if listen, even if you say GNX is the less favorite of his albums, right? Even if you said that. Let's say even if you said that. Cool, that's fine. But all of his albums at such a high level, even you saying that doesn't make a difference. It don't make a difference. If all his albums is a 10, so you basically saying GNX is not a classic. That's basically what you're saying. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that.
You like Mr. Morale better?
Top 2 Kendrick albums. Yeah. Maybe top 3. But nigga.
I do.
You like To Pimp a... No, man.
To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite album of his.
I got it.
So
I'll leave it alone.
But don't get me wrong, it's still a dope album. And I'm not trying to step on it in that way. But as far as we talking about just how it grew on me, I'm not really running back to listening to it. I hear me listening to this Chance album and this Clips album way more than I'll ever go back to this GNX.
I'm gonna listen to Chance.
Well,
nigga, the album just came out. Like, yo, okay, the Clips album, cool. But the Chance album it's not that. Yo, this is what I mean, like, about front runners, bro. Pay attention. Pay attention.
I'll say this. Chance album came out in August? September? That's 2 months ago. Of course you're going to back to listen to the album. Clips came out in July. Of course you're going to go back to listen to the album. GNX came out a year ago, bro. Like, that's the one thing y'all not talking about. Y'all talking about replay value and all this shit. Bro, the album been out for a year long. Let's see. And I'm not saying you won't be.
But the thing is, and I understand exactly what he's saying, the album came out a year ago. We were playing that album for at least 6 months. For you to say you ain't gonna go back to it, nigga, you've been not going back to it at least 3 months ago, 4 months ago, after the run. Listen, me, I still listen to GNX. But I think that this is what people gotta understand. You could think something is better. That's cool. You could say you won't run back to it. Cool, whatever. Maybe you played it too much. Who knows, right? The thing about GNX is when you play that first track, it puts you in a place that it puts you back in the place where in your head. You play Chance the Rapper album, it's just a regular album that's good. That's it. But when you listen to GNX, it gives you a feel of what happened. It gives you this some type of emotional rush. It hits you. You know what I'm saying? This, at least for me, I'm sorry, at least for me, but for some of these dudes, maybe it don't do that. But I'm just saying, it hits you.
But I wonder if can almost guarantee that they'll have an opinion about another album lasting long or being having more staying power than Starline in October of next year, because it's been a year. But GNX is still cooking. Y'all having this conversation about GNX and it dropped in November. What does that tell you?
I'm still dissecting Chance's
The only thing I don't like about the Chance album a little bit, and this is why I think I've been listening to it so much, and know what's crazy? When he sat here, he told us some of the metaphors that he was using. I wouldn't have caught him. I'm not going to bullshit you. I wouldn't have caught him. The only thing I don't like about the Chance album is it's a little mumbly. It's not as clear.
Really?
Yeah, bro. He not...
I never agree with this guy, but like I rarely ever agree with bro, but he's not lying. I think that's the difference between Starline, GNX, and Let God Sort Him Out. Contrary to people, to what I've heard, I think Let God Sort Him Out is pretty damn cohesive. I think outside of All Things Considered, I hate that song, but that album is very cohesive. It's got a...
I don't know how you don't like that song. That song's fire. Just the beat itself, like it's just my opinion. I love that song. All things considered, let's be specific. yeah. I love that. I love that Joe. That Joe knock. You know what I'm saying? Especially in my car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we said I packed the Blizzard and Honda Civics. Like, yeah, yo. No, he said. No, he did say that, and he said, turn niggas forensics. Yo, yeah, they was going crazy. You know, so sadistic. So it's yeah, they was going crazy in that joint. Blitzing niggas and he said blitzing niggas and blizzards like 4th and inches. Like, yeah, they was going crazy. Now I think people just don't like the hook. Richard ain't in the rider, ain't in the rider, stuff the walls in the rider. Look like lower budget. Like, fuck it. You gonna all walls down. That joint's crazy, bro. I love it, bro. But I understand what he's saying. I think that, to me, clarity is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Clarity is a big thing. And I understand what he's saying.
Specific feel, a specific vibe, a specific energy. The live performance is the best thing I've ever experienced, like as far as live performances go. And I've been to many concerts. Let God Sort Him Out is special, okay? GNX is also very cohesive. It's very cohesive with the structure, and it's very intentional. You can tell there's a game plan behind what Kendrick is doing. It didn't feel like that sonically for Starline. I think metaphorically when he was getting, but sonically it didn't feel as cohesive as those other two albums.
He rolling to
all amazing albums, by the way.
So I gotta.
I think that's. I hear what you're saying, but
bro, he's killing that album.
That album is great.
That fucking album is amazing.
That album is amazing.
No,
he's
More
killing
Men
that
to me
shit.
is my favorite song of the year.
Yeah, that's an amazing
that
song
album.
right
B. I'm not gonna hold.
First, don't say it's the song of the year for me. Hip hop song of the year.
So if an album has the hip hop song of the year and Malice is still my rapper of the year,
for sure,
it would just mean something differently if the Clips won it versus
and I feel
Kendrick won it.
And the song I voted for, I actually voted for.
Of course, it would mean something differently. That's why some of us want Let God Sort Him Out to win Rap Album of the Year, and then Kendrick to win Album of the Year. But it's competition. Of course, we want both albums. We want Clips to get their love. We want Chance to get his love. But it's hip hop. It's competition. It's not a participation award. I thought we just got finished talking about this, and I'm not.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and this is just how I feel. This is what I think. I think Kendrick is gonna win hip hop album and album of the year. I think that's what's gonna happen now. I think that's what's gonna happen. I hope Clips win hip hop album of the year, because I think I believe that if there was any album that could beat GNX, would be that album, and it would be so sweet to see them win album of the year, a hip hop album of the year, and kind of like they got off the label and won hip hop album of the year is crazy. And then Kendrick win an album of the year because we haven't had that in hip hop in a long time. I think that that's possible. I'll be honest with y'all. This is just my personal opinion. But then again, I don't see them. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to say, I think that Kendrick's going to win both. I think he's going to win both. And I think people are going to be upset about it. That's what I believe is going to happen. That's what I believe is going to happen. And I think that some of these people are using this as a talking point so they can say that Chance the Rapper got snubbed by Kendrick, or he got beat by Kendrick and he had the better album that year. That's what they want. That's the talking point they want to have. You know what I'm saying?
Saying that Chance the Rapper's quality of album is participation worthy, or Clip's album is participation worthy. My problem is your justification for why GNX should lose is because he's winning too much. That's not competition. That's participation awards. This is hip hop. Whoever deserves it should win it. I don't care how many times you won it. Whoever deserves it should win it. Stop this conversation about, oh, well, Kendrick has won enough. Let's give it to somebody else. I wouldn't, bro. I guarantee you Chance and put in order. They don't want to win it like that, nigga. They don't want it like that. They want you to give them the award because you think they're worthy of the award, not because Kendrick winning too much.
That was the same thing that happened with Macklemore. When Macklemore felt when he beat Good Kid, Mad City, he texted Kendrick that whole text message. He felt as though Kendrick should have won. He said that. You should have won the award. You had a better album than me. I honestly think that people might, like, some of these people might say that they believe Chance has the better album, but I believe that Chance even knows that Kendrick album is better. It's not just because it's sonically or emotionally whatever better. It's a movement. You got to understand something. It's a movement. It's not just, oh yeah, it just sounds better. No, it's a movement. And you don't really know if it sounds better because you listen to a song and that's it. And you probably never go back to it after 6 months. He's saying that the album didn't age well is insane. I don't know if you just said that just to be funny. I don't know. But for you to say that GNX didn't age well that's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work, bro.
What kind of shit is that? That's disrespectful to the art. That's disrespectful to the time that Chance put into this album. That's disrespectful to the time that Clips put into their album. Say they should win the album because they should win it, not because Kendrick has won too much.
Chance for letters for rap song of the year, or maybe rap performance of the year. I forget which one, but that was the one for me.
I will say this for legacy's sake and for the spirit of hip hop. I would love to see the Clips go up there.
I want Clips to win.
I would love that.
I feel like Pusha is owed that. I don't feel like he owes that. I would love to see.
I get what you're saying.
Nobody's owed anything. You go get it. That's what the Clips is doing. They putting in the work because they want to.
And that's how I feel. What he just said, the Clips put in the work. I'm sorry to tell y'all, Chance ain't put in no work, man. He ain't put in no work. Album's good, but he ain't put in no work. You know what I'm saying? You got to be more than just good. That's just my opinion.
Compete. Them dropping Let God Sort Them Out in competition with GNX. They want to compete. Okay? That's what this is about. Let them compete.
Would love to see. I think it would bode well for hip hop.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it just last year that they gave Kendrick all them Grammys?
Yes. Last Grammys that just passed.
Yeah, I don't want to see that again.
Yeah.
Why?
Yo. Yo, this is crazy as hell. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. I keep telling y'all, hip hop media is so terrible for hip hop. I'll put it to you like this. Joe Budden podcast is legendary. Them talking about hip hop, I think it's terrible. I think they should never talk about hip hop. Just talk about other things. But when you talk about hip hop, for you to say you don't want to see Kendrick Lamar win awards again because he's that good is insane. If Kendrick didn't deserve the awards, I could understand you saying that. But all the work he put in, this is why I say they don't pay attention. Kendrick Lamar is breaking records everywhere, all over the place. He's doing stuff that rappers never did ever in history. In history. Not Drake, not Jay-Z, not Nas, not Eminem, not 50 Cent, not none of these, none of them. None of them have done some of the things that Kendrick has done. If Kendrick Lamar, and the reason why they saying this is there's a deeper plot behind this. I'm just going to keep it 100. There's a deeper plot behind this. There's a deeper plot. The reason why they don't want Kendrick Lamar to win is because he's going to have more Grammys than Jay-Z. That's why. That's why they want to stop his run right now. Stop it right now. Stop his run. Stop it. That's what they want.
Why? Joe Budden, why don't you want Kendrick to win again? Why? What is the point in saying you don't want? What is the point? You just tired of seeing him get the wins? He not doing maliciously. He not doing it. With integrity, Kendrick Lamar is winning. So what's the problem? I could get people feeling a certain way about other artists winning because they have you already know. You already know how it go. But because it's manufactured and created. But Kendrick Lamar, the person that's representing hip hop at that level, that's been representing hip hop since they came in the game, has been the most hip hop for real. Control verse, knew how to, was like, what's the problem with that guy winning?
He's a West Coast nigga. That's why. He's a West Coast nigga. They can't stand it, bro. I'm being honest. A lot of East Coast niggas can't stand the fact that a West Coast nigga is about to pass Jay-Z. They can't stand it. Jay-Z won all these awards, and I never seen not one of them say, Jay shouldn't be winning no more awards. Drake get all these number ones. I never seen him say Drake should never have another number one. He been winning too much. He winning too much. Slow down, bro. You're giving him too many awards. Too many. Come on, bro.
It was deservingly so. Bro, I can't wait to drop this video, bro.
Yeah. He cleaned up. And I didn't think
without album. I don't want to see it again. I don't. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
I'd be proud and happy.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So it's going to mean something different to see them two brothers.
I think the industry knows.
Okay, he said he would be happy and be proud of it. But it's like, come on now. I don't want to see that happen. That also.
Listen, bro. Stop with this. I'm on this side. No, I'm on this side. I'm on this side. I hate when Joe does this. I could criticize, but I love you though. Like, no, dog. No, dog. No. You can't stand the fact that this man is winning. Just say that, bro. I don't want to see that no more. Why? Why not say, in my opinion, I'm like this. Maybe that's the reason why I don't have all these millions of dollars and I'm not on Patreon on top. Maybe that's the reason why. Because I'm like this. May the best man win. May the best album win. Kendrick win every year. Y'all need to step y'all game up. That's how I look at it. If Kendrick was Soulja Boy, no disrespect to Soulja Boy. If Kendrick was Soulja Boy and he won all these awards, I would say, okay, I understand why people have this grievance. But Kendrick Lamar he's the top of the top. He's the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let them finish a little more, then I'm going to get out of here.
It feels contradictory. You feel what I'm saying? I respect Clips, love Clips. Best concert I've ever been to in my life. But GNX winning would be deservingly so. And I think GNX should win. If Clips win, I'm still happy. But I think it's between them two. I got much love for Starline. I ain't gonna lie. In my personal opinion, it's either Let God Sort Them Out or GNX. Anything else would be a shock to me. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like those two albums sonically, all of that are much greater than the other albums. I think it's GNX, Let God Sort Them Out, and then everybody else. That's how I feel. And I'm talking about the quality of the albums. Okay, I love Starline, but do not let recency bias make you forget what GNX and like even the impact of what they brought. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. GNX should win it simply off of everything. Like, we'll get into that different conversation.
Them two hood hip hop standing in this is what we've been doing for the last 2 decades. We didn't deviate. We didn't do nothing different. We didn't play the games that the industry plays. We didn't do none of that shit. We put out a project that we genuinely and sincerely, this is what we do. And for them to win that grant, I would be proud.
We brought this shit to the Vatican.
That would be fire.
Yes, bro.
No, that was fire.
Yes.
That was fire.
See, I think shit like that, like all that other shit like that, we took the shit to the Vatican. That's going to resonate.
And I'm saying the narrative. That's what I'm saying. They have the narrative. They have the momentum.
They got everything.
I just don't think they
and
made
the
best
music
album
to back it up.
And I'm saying is, it could probably be a little too quick take and just me living in the moment. I would love to see Mobb Deep get nominated. I think that
they're not eligible.
Yeah, that'll be next following year.
Next year. Well,
all right, bro. Enough is enough, bro. I don't need to hear no more, bro. And I think, and that's another album I think better than Chance album, by the way. But I don't need to hear no more. It goes back to what I said, and I'll explain. I was going into this thinking I was only going to do about 20 minutes. Hey man, I like to talk. I'm sorry. That right there goes to show you the recency bias in people who don't want to see. Because here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna keep it real because most of these people ain't gonna keep it real. A lot of these dudes want Kendrick Lamar to lose. They want Kendrick Lamar not to win because he's winning so much. It's like, no, don't do that. You're letting him win too much. He's winning so much. What are you doing? No. That's how I feel about Kendrick. He won too many awards. He got nominated. Oh, Kendrick Lamar got so many awards. Oh no, he won 10 Grammys. Last year he cleaned up. Year before that, oh man, he won 5 Grammys off of this song. That's crazy. As if that wasn't like him breaking a record, because that never happened before. And it's like, oh man, he did. They really showing him favoritism. They get nominated a diss song. It's like, it's a song. Like what? How come, to me, I always ask, why is it that Kendrick Lamar get all of these stipulations, but Drake, y'all just let it go? I know y'all criticize Drake. Don't get me wrong. Y'all criticize him. Oh, you corny for this. You a bitch. I understand all that. We get it. But y'all champion his achievements. And y'all don't ever say, hey, you know what? Maybe he should not be getting no more number ones. Y'all say, well, we need Drake to come back to save us because we want to dance with the girls. That's what y'all say. Well, they don't really say that. But y'all know what I mean. But either way, man, I had to put this episode out. I know this was pretty long, but it's deservingly so. You know what I'm saying? But I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for staying with me. You already know what it is. I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man.